Pumpkins. This episode, I'm like looking like a frat star, and I'm using this episode of dinner to answer a question that I do get quite a bit. I want you to know that I'm very flattered by this question in the first place, but quite a few DMs I get daily usually consist of something around the lines of, do you have an OnlyFans? What is the Twitter? What's the sneaky link? And I wanted to get on here and use this episode as a level to answer this and the reasons why I don't have an OnlyFans to a higher extent. Because it's more than just me saying, I don't have an OnlyFans. Because the truth is, I almost admire the people that do and have the ability to show off their body in a way that's lucrative for them. I have very different holds in the relationship I have with my body. First, I want to say, I really do deem the level of exposure that people give to their own bodies as a level of sex positivity. I don't think you are not sex positive if you don't show off your body. I like to think I am very sex positive, but I'm not showing off my body to the extent that many OnlyFans creators do. So it is this insane, weird, blurred line of what we perceive as sex positivity. But the truth is, I am not built for OnlyFans. There is an insane level of privacy that I harbor over my body. And I know you may sit here and be like, you show off your body online, you show off your physique, you twerk your ass on camera to get views. And the truth is, I strategically very much show off my figure, my frame, and my body in certain ways to gain views. There's no lies about that. I think the strategy has worked in some ways, and I think I've lost some people with this idea of, well, what are you trying to sell? Are you trying to sell comedy, or are you trying to sell your body? And the truth is, I'm only willing to show my body to a certain extent. Could I give you an exact reason why I feel this insane want of privacy over my body? Yes, I could. And that level is this weird internal pressure to not be boxed in for anything at all. And having this fear that if I decide to show off my body, if I decide to get on a subscription platform to sell me being naked, maybe even just being quite a bit of a tease, I am very, very nervous that my body or me selling my body for cashing in will overshadow any other value I have. I am so nervous about that. And at this point here in 2023, I cannot see myself getting to the point, first of all, with the comfort I have in my body and showing that on camera to that extent. I absolutely admire the people that can. You are cashing in, you are grabbing coin. It is such a lucrative business, like I just said. And I think you have a much more positive relationship with your body if you are able to do that. If not, and you are an OnlyFans creator, I would love to hear how you are getting through those obstacles and those thresholds. I think there's still such a young inner Jake inside of me that is so wildly insecure in just the body that he was growing up in that I still cannot, to this day, come to the fruition that somebody would want me for this. No matter how hard I work in the gym, how clean I try to eat, I still have a weird hold in my mind and in my life that somebody could really just value me for myself physically, period. I spent such a long time growing up, going through grade school, really only having connections, maybe even getting crushes from women on me based on how outgoing I was, how exuberant my personality was. And I don't think for a second there was ever a level of, I have a crush on Jake because he's just like really sexy. I at least never heard that, and I could never imagine hearing that when I was going through grade school. And that Jake is still deep inside of me. That Jake is still pretty shocked whenever he sees just very body-focused material online, and it's almost like I'm not even letting any of that sink in most of the time, to the point where I could drive the confidence to display myself nude online. But there is also the question of, beyond privacy, beyond wanting to hold my value beyond my body, there's just a level of my body that I would actually like to keep strictly for a future partner. I have this very interesting hopeless romantic mindset of me wanting my body and my nudity and what I look like in the bedroom and what I look like when I'm performing sexually to be saved for the man that I want to share that with. Princess Diaries, let's go. Disney Channel. I absolutely have a naive nature to myself. There is realism that comes in constantly, but when you're hopeless romantic, let's be honest, like, you're hoping for something that seems a little naive, and that's what I want. And I get revalidated by some men constantly that, like, I'm glad you don't just show everything to everyone all at once. I'm glad that I get this piece of the pie and nobody else gets to know what this looks like. There is a weird validation from that. And I want to hold on to that, and I want to keep that. And I wanted to use this space and this time to speak to the levels of sex positivity, to speak to my support of people who do OnlyFans, to say, like, keep going. I absolutely admire what you're doing. I hope to get to that point in my relationship with my own body. It's going to be a working moment. It's going to be step by step. But I would hope to get there at some point, not to be able to start an OnlyFans, but to be confident in this as much as you are, if you're out there and you're listening. I do not want to use this video as a point to make it, Jake's not confident in his body. The truth is, there are good days, there are bad days. I think those both need to exist at all times to help balance what is growing within each adult, which is ego, right? I think to constantly have a phenomenal relationship with your body can blow you up like a fucking balloon. And to constantly have a bad relationship with your body can do the adverse. And I think the balance is fine. I don't know if I will ever be to an insane positive place to where I could just walk a beach nude, but you never know. Jake's growing. And this video format is helping me grow. This really was wanting to answer the question to you all that I get asked often, but the deeper meaning as to why I'm not on a subscription platform like that is because of the pure relationship with my body. And becoming more sex positive within myself is about being able to say, if you decide at any point to express yourself in more sexual ways, are you going to judge yourself? Why would you judge yourself? Why would you feel immoral if you did that? Is it because you still have some learning to do with sex positivity? Could be. Or you could be far along the journey in being progressive with your sex positivity and still decide not to show certain things or be certain ways of expressive with your sexual nature, and that is okay. And it will not detract from how sex positive you are. I also partially think this is an interesting video to bring up because I know I'm not the only one that sat here and been like, should I start an OnlyFans? I feel like the coin would be nice. The coin could be hot and sexy and fly, but also the attention could be sexy and hot and fly. And as I'm seeing somebody like Iggy Azalea like reinvent this idea of the platform where she's doing very sultry photos and videos but releasing a new album within the OnlyFans platform, and then somebody like Nikita Dragon just starting an OnlyFans platform or an OnlyFans account, you're kind of like, wow, this is becoming more and more mainstream still. Sex positivity is the journey. But does starting an OnlyFans account mean you're sex positive? Not exactly. If you don't decide to start one, doesn't mean you're not sex positive. Because let me be real. I want to be that cheerleader. I want to be behind my girlfriend saying like, or I want to be behind all my friends saying like, you know, literally. If it's not me, that's okay. I still cheerlead it, okay? But long story long, as every dinner episode goes, it is a conversation I would love to provoke within you all. The responses I get, the comments that are left, they mean the world to me. And I think I've just felt motivated to do this topic today because it is a lot of communication that I get, and I wanted to give you a fuller answer. I wanted there to be more depth to it rather than just this maybe like, no, I don't do OnlyFans. I don't want any judgment to be in it. I want this lengthy answer to be, I don't do it for this reasons. I have obstacles in my mind, but god damn, I cheerlead the people that do. It's lucrative. Keep it up. Keep it going. And I will be on the sidelines just fucking pom-pom cheering you on while I show a little bit of ass. I'll like show a cute amount of ass, whatever. Pumpkins, as always, thank you for tuning in. I've been loving this, and I will see you on the next episode. Mwah.
What we do here is go back.